I moved to Puerto Rico for the taxes, but I stayed for something way deeper. At least that's what people think anyway. The truth? I didn't even know about Act 60 when I came here, so I didn't move here for tax breaks. I moved for the deals. I'm a real estate investor. I moved for the opportunities, and I moved for the chance to do what I love and create something lasting. Now I've lived here for 7 years, and in this video, I'm going to break down why I came here, what the real benefits are, and most important, is it still worth it today? The island of Puerto Rico has historically been very friendly to outside businesses and has done an incredible job of inviting both individuals and businesses to come to the island to create jobs, and in return, they give these tax breaks. Act 60 gets a little bit of a bad rap because there's a portion of it, which used to be Act 22, that excludes the local population. What a shame that they haven't rewritten that yet. I think it would be an easy shift so that they could just include the locals and allow them to be a part of that act. Everything else inside of Act 60 is already available for the local population, but it's still, a lot of times, Act 60, the baby gets thrown out with the bathwater because of this one portion of it, this personal zero capital gains that everybody's up in arms about because they just don't allow the locals to take advantage of it. But here's the truth. The island is still very favorable for anybody who comes here to do business. And while I'm not part of Act 60 in that way, we don't have the 4% corporate tax rate, and we don't do the personal capital gains at 0% that other people are doing. There are several things that we do get to take advantage of, and we partner with locals on the island. So when we're doing that, we're looking for the things that everybody can be involved in, which, by the way, it's most of it. I talked about that earlier. It's just that one little Act 22 portion of it that's excluded and should be rewritten. However, I digress. We use Act 60 for tourism. And the way that we use that, and we've got a ton of content out there on it, so if you guys subscribe to the channel, you can check that out, and you can see other playlists where we talk about Act 60 tourism tax credits. But basically, if you come to the island and invest the way that the government wants you to and create hotel rooms, because they have a need to increase the GDP from tourism from a 6.5% of the GDP up to about 20% of the GDP. They want a whole bunch more hotel rooms. And as long as you do what they ask you to do and jump through all the hoops, and now it's painful, you get 40% of your total investment. That's your purchase price, your renovation costs, your first year's operation, and even your first year marketing budget. It's a really good deal. It makes sense to do what the government wants you to do if you're going to invest on the island of Puerto Rico. But that's not the only thing, and it's not even the best thing. It's not what I like best about coming to the island of Puerto Rico. We're into housing. We like to create long-term, monthly recurring revenue, rental income. And when we do that, and we rent to people who are going to live in these properties as their primary residence, that money, that rental income through something called Statute 132 is absolutely tax-free through 2040. So that is phenomenal. And guys, that's available to everybody, and it has been available to everybody since 2010. Nobody knows about it. I'm sure there's a few locals here on the island that are taking advantage of it, but nobody puts any content out there about it except for us that I've seen, and it's really, really amazing. So if you wanted to buy a property, rent it out to a family who's going to live in it, you can put that money in your pocket. All you have to do is file the tax return on the island of Puerto Rico, show the income is exempt rent, and you don't pay taxes. There's really not any hoops to jump through. It's not like Act 20 and 22 where you've got to pay to be a part of the thing. You've got to jump through all kinds of hoops, or even like the tourism portion where you've got to really jump through a ton of hoops, and it takes like 4 or 5 years for you to get those credits. This is something that happens instantly. Locals are invited. Anyone can do it. The requirement is long-term housing. You've got to create housing for people. And it, guys, it could be something that you build and sell to someone. You could get this same benefit. Or if you build it or renovate it and you rent to someone, as long as it's for their primary residence, long-term housing. So that means not commercial, not Airbnb. It's pretty easy to qualify for this, and you don't pay any taxes. It's really my favorite part, or one of my favorite ways to make money on the island of Puerto Rico, and everybody can do it. So guys, I said Puerto Rico's kind of have this history of being tax friendly and being a tax haven for people coming from the States. There's something in the works that is a new one coming along that we're very excited about, and we're hoping that it's going to get signed into law and actually become a thing. It's called Act 182. I have other content on it. I might have jumped the gun and been out there really early because we saw that it was coming. It looked like it was going to get signed with the last administration. It sat on somebody's desk, which pretty typical for the government here. Things go slow, but this should get signed into law, and this is also for long-term housing. It mirrors what's happening in the tourism industry, where you can get 40% tax credits back on a total development. So this would be something where you create 7 or more units, or 7 or more apartments, 7 or more houses, 7 or more condominiums. It doesn't really matter. The 7 is the magic number. If you create 7 or more and you're providing long-term housing, they're going to give you 40% back on your purchase and your renovation. I actually thought this Act 182 was what was going to replace this Statute 132. This is getting really technical, but it looks like 132 is going to stay in existence, at least the tax-free long-term rents. And so I would believe that if Act 182 happens, you're going to be able to get the 40% on the development. You're going to be able to also stack it with 132 and you get those long-term rents tax-free. I mean, that would be phenomenal. The island of Puerto Rico has been about 250,000 houses short for the whole time that I've been here. So ever since Hurricane Maria came, we've had a housing shortage. It really hasn't been getting tackled by the local real estate investors and guys like me who come and yeah, we try to renovate buildings that were distressed, weren't in use at all, and create some housing. But a small company like mine, I'm a drop in the bucket. You know, if I could put a couple hundred houses out there, how does that even affect something where there's 250,000 homes that are missing on the island? But with this new law, this Act 182, you're going to see, as soon as it gets signed in, I think you're going to see neighborhoods going up. I think you're going to see high rises or mid rises going up. So they're going to stimulate development, and they're going to increase a whole bunch of houses and start to really take a bite out of this housing shortage that the island has been under. This is one of my favorite things to do. Like, we've done this for 27 years now. We've pretty much invested in housing. We love to provide good houses for people to rent, but we also like to take renters and turn them into homeowners. This is just one of the things that we've always liked to do. And through these incentives on the island of Puerto Rico, we've already been doing it for the last 7 years. We're going to really get to ramp it up, and it should be a whole lot of fun. So guys, these are the ones that I take advantage of. I'm a real estate investor. I just like to buy distressed stuff, do the value add, fix it up, get it back up to its highest and best use. And that's what we use tax credits or these kind of things that are on the island. We take advantage of these. But if you're a farmer, there's tax credits for that. If you're in research and development, there's tax credits on the island of Puerto Rico for that. If you've got ties to pharmaceuticals, there's huge tax credits for that. And I think they're coming back like with a vengeance, because we used to be the pharmaceutical capital of the U.S., and then we're trying to get that back. At one point, I think most of the insulin in the world was produced on the island of Puerto Rico, so it'd be nice to come back. Now that we got the tax stuff out of the way, let's talk about the lifestyle. There's just no place like Puerto Rico. I wake up to views of the Caribbean. I look out my back door and I can see the surfers. We've got our pets here. My wife likes to adopt cats. I've got a dog. A real estate investor always needs a dog. And Baxter, if you guys have probably seen him in other videos, he's my one-eyed Rottweiler. He's a phenomenal dog, and I love it. And guys, I get to jump out of bed every morning and go look at great real estate deals that have lots of impact for people on the island. And let's talk about the people. They're resilient, they're proud, and they got big hearts too. This isn't just a place, it's a community. I can tell a personal story of when I first got to the island. The first week here, I was looking at a vacant property that was for sale, and a lady came out who was the neighbor, and she had to be 85 years old. She didn't speak a lick of English. I didn't speak a word of Spanish at the time. She invited me into her house because it was hot. It was like March, and it was 90 degrees outside, and I was sweating. She had me and my partner Dave and Cookie Acosta come into the house, sit at the kitchen table. She gave us an ice cold drink. We sat and talked to her for a few minutes. Thankfully, we had Cookie, so we were able to talk a little bit. But it's been like that the whole time that I've been here. The people are just phenomenal. And if you're chasing more than just hustle and money, Puerto Rico will teach you to slow down and get in tune and focus on what really matters. And for me, that's always going to be faith, family, and legacy. I didn't land here by accident. I really, really believe that God put me here. I came chasing deals, but God had a bigger plan, and He always does. And now I get to use the gift that He's given me to serve others. And that means helping people to own homes, build equity, and create wealth. Look, don't get me wrong. Living in Puerto Rico is not always easy. If you're addicted to Amazon Prime and next day everything, this will probably test your patience. And there's infrastructure challenges. Banking sucks. Permitting is slow. Slow as molasses. And if you're vocal like me, you're going to face criticism, especially as an outsider. But here's the truth. If you're just coming here to extract value, if you're just a taker, you're going to miss the best parts. Puerto Rico really works best when you're giving more than you take. If you want to make it work here, then you've got to bring value and you need to serve. Be part of the solution. So after 7 years, was it worth it? Financially? Yeah, absolutely. I've grown my portfolio, reinvested tax savings, and built an incredible amount of wealth. Not to mention, we've got a whole bunch of monthly recurring revenue, which we love. But that's not the biggest win. The real win has been helping people, turning renters into homeowners, and turning the ugly ducklings, the zombie houses, into beautiful properties that are up to their highest and best use and actually serving the community. And Puerto Rico didn't just grow my net worth. It's grown my character, my faith, and my vision for what should be. So if you're thinking about making the move, don't just ask how much you'll save in taxes. Ask yourself, what can you build here? What jobs can you create? And what's your legacy going to be? And guys, if you believe in freedom and ownership and using your business to bless others, then Puerto Rico might just be the greatest opportunity you'll ever get. Drop a comment if you're considering moving, or if you're a local who moved away for other opportunities and you're considering moving back, leave me a comment about that, because that's what we really want to see. And guys, smash that subscribe button. This isn't just a real estate channel. It's a mission to flip neighborhoods, to flip mindsets, and to create homeowners one deal at a time.